Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Rama Rama.
Rama Rama.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Gaur Premanande Hari Bol. So I think you not for the first time here, right? You've been already many times. So we normally do usual format, and today's topic been suggested to speak on a holy name, right? So how to chant, how to connect, how to improve, how to extract all these different opulences from the holy name, right? We want this. So that's why let us start by chanting Shikshashtaka prayers by Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He spontaneously chanted this wonderful Kirtan Sutras, let's say Kirtan Sutras. And we'll read number 1 and then we'll discuss how to chant according to Shikshashtaka prayers, right? So if anybody remembers these prayers, you can follow me. Okay, it's verse number 1. Right? So we chant together. Cheto darpanam arjanam bhava mahadavagni nirvapanam shiyach kairava chandrika vitaranam vidyavathu jivanam anandam buddhi varthanam patipadam purnamrita svadanam sarvatmasnapanam param vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. So I'll read translation for you. Let there be all victory for the chanting of the holy name of Lord Krishna, which can cleanse the mirror of the heart and stop the miseries of the blazing fire of material existence. That chanting is a waxing moon that spreads the white lotus of good fortune for all living entities. It is the life and soul of all education. The chanting of the holy name of Krishna expands the blissful ocean of transcendental life. It gives a cooling effect to everyone and enables one to taste full nectar at every step. Om Gyana Timirandasya Gyana Gyana Chalakaya Chakshuna Militamina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manopishtam Stapitamena Buddhale Swam Rupakadam Mahyam Dadati Svapadam Pitam Vancha Kalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Vachapatanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, chanting of the holy name. The chanting is life and soul of all those who practice in Bhakti Yoga. So chanting is everything, right? So, like explained here, this is very blissful process. From chanting comes all knowledge and bliss and all these different types of inspirations are coming from. So we're very fortunate to connect to this chanting and come to the process and start our spiritual life. And this, so we all of us, we got access to holy name, right? And holy name describes throughout all the scriptures. It's like a philosophical touchstone. It's completely pure and transcendental, non-material, nitya, mukta. It is saying in Padma Purana, very often quoted verse, it is saying, Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddhanita Mukta Binatva Namanamino. Holy name, it's like a wish-fulfilling gem, philosophical gem, touchstone. Whatever desires you have, you can fulfill it through the chanting. And it's non-material, it's saturated with different transcendental mellows, aprakrita Chaitanya Rasa. pure, nitya, transcendental, eternal, and non-different from Krishna. Binatva nama namino. Nama and Nami are non-different. Nami means Krishna himself. He is who possesses Nama. Right? So, and we all of us, we are fortunate, we joined to this process, we somehow rather connected to chanting, and we come to Krishna consciousness, meet devotees, and then we've been given beats for chanting. So we picked up beats, and now we just come to the process of chanting. But how to chant, to discover all these beautiful jewels and all these vibhutis and opulences of the holy name, which are full of energies, nija sarva shaktis. That's why Lord Chaitanya said in the second verse, he said, Nam nama kari bahutham nija sarva shaktis, tatra pitanya imitah smarana kalahita dishitava kripa bhagavan mamipi durdaivam idrisha mahadrishi nanuraga. So he said, this holy name, Supreme Lord, he possessed many names. Krishna, Govinda, Hari, Murari, Yadha, Narayana, Vasudeva, so many names. And all these names, you can chant them without any hard and fast rules. Very merciful, right? Full of energies, Nija Sarva Shaktis, saturated with different bhavas and mellows. But unfortunately, I cannot get, I don't have a taste and I don't have attraction for them. Durdaivam, Idrisham, what is called? Janina Nuraga. Durdaivam, I don't have attraction for them. So I'm struggling. I cannot penetrate to the jack with the hind amblet. I'm just licking it from outside, from outer surface. And this is misfortune. So how to, properly execute this process, how to connect, how to, chant blissfully and experience all these kind of wonderful things, how to enter into the mystery of chanting, right? So all of us, we want this, right? And there are many techniques how to open the power of holy name, how to get the Shaktis, and many different spiritual masters given some techniques how to realize the chanting. And I found very useful, helpful process which is given by Sanatana Goswami, Srila Sanatana Goswami, who was living 500 years ago. He was one of the eternal associates of Lord Chaitanya who spontaneously chanted these Shikshashtaka prayers. So he written down one wonderful book which is called Hari Bhakti Vilas. This is like a law book for practitioners, those who want to be, very disciplined and properly execute process. So he wrote some different techniques, and also he presented 6 tips or 6 effective rules how to chant the holy name. So I've got these rules, and I can share with you if you want, and we can discuss them. Right? How to properly chant, how to connect, how to discover the holy name, how to open all these energies. So he given 6 tips, right? So I'll read for you Sanskrit verse, and then we'll go through one by one, right? So there is a verse. It goes like this. Manar samsaranam shaucham maunam mantra artha chintanam anirvida avyagrata anirvido japa sampati hedavah. So there are 6 principles which are very helpful in chanting. So first one is called Manach Samsharanam. Manach means mind. And in order to chant, we have to somehow rather control our mind. Yeah? This ability to control our mind, right? So without this, we cannot enter into the blissful chanting because we chant on the platform of mind, and this is very disturbing because modes of nature, time factor, everything, disturb our chanting, so our consciousness is not stable. So manah samsharanam. So we supposed to be purify our mind from different previous accumulated samskaras or impressions which are in our mind. And our mind is like a surface of the lake which is disturbed, and all the different ripples are going to different directions. And this process is very, because process of, it's called bhakti yoga. Yoga means, certain,
yoga practice.
Yeah, yoga means certain process. So you have to follow process. And classical yoga is Ashtanga yoga, where there are eightfold system, where there is yama, niyama, asana, pranayama. So you have to sit properly. You have to follow certain rules. You have to execute this yoga process and curb your mind, control your mind. Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, just bring your mind back all the time. Bring it back. Whenever he goes out and wants to wander somewhere, just bring it back. Pull it back and just concentrate, fixed on sound vibration. And Krishna said, Apyasena chaukauntriya vairagena chadrishtate. Apyasena means always bring back your mind. Yeah, bring back and ignore all dictation of the mind. So mind wants many different things. He wants to lay down or just look to internet or eat something sweet, or think about some pleasures which we experienced in the past, Just bring mind back and just ignore these kind of things. So control your mind and bring it back. Yeah, Abhyasa yoga. And this is first step. Manah samsharanam. So control your mind, mana. So you have to somehow or other, bridle your mind. So you have to deal with that, otherwise you cannot move forward. Right? You agree?
Yes.
So this is first step. So control your mind.
Do you have to, before that, do you have to try and find peace? Because a peace, if you're not in peace with yourself, then you're kind of all over the place. So you try.
Second step is called shaucham. Shaucham means purity, purity of the mind. So that mind will be in a peaceful condition. So you have to enlighten everything, like your bodily activities, your speech and your thoughts. You just have to enlighten it. It's called body, mind, words. Easy to remember, BMW, like human car. Those who control his mind, he driving BMW. Body, mind and words, everything controlled. Like sannyasis, they're carrying stick. Tridanda is called Tridanda. They control body, mind and words. BMW, they're driving BMW.
Body, mind, was that one? Words.
Words, speech. Blah, 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 blah. You control it. Okay, so this is the second step, purity. And chanting naturally includes purifying the mirror of your heart or mind. It's called Chetodarpana Marjanam. So we started with this prayer, right? That means purifying your surface of your mind by chanting the holy name. So you purifying all the dust which is accumulated over a million lifetimes in this material world. So we're just purifying it by chanting this vibration, which is pure, which is transcendental. This sound is very powerful. So Shaucham means cleansing the mind. And like Prabhupada said, purity is a force, right? So purity is our security, sometimes saying. Okay, third step is Mauna. You know Mauna? Have you heard this?
Mauna.
Huh? Silence, keep silence. So keep silence. Mauna means, literally Mauna means don't speak too much, but also don't engage your mind in worldly talks, in politics, diplomacy, all this worldly news, which are very disturbing, you know, and all these economical crises which are going on outside, all these anomalies of Kali Yuga. So it's always disturbing for us. So, right, keep your mind away and keep your mauna. Mauna means do not try to make mind empty, but fill it with the Krishna conscious thoughts, characteristics, names, pastimes of Krishna. Nama, Guna, Rupa, Lila, right? So you're going through the progression. You chanting holy name, you meditating on form of Krishna, and also you think about his qualities, and finally come to the level of thinking of Krishna's pastimes, right? So you can fill mind to the full extent with all these things, but don't go for this disturbing use of this world. So that's called mauna. Mauna means to be silent according to the, you know, external kind of situation and material things which are.
So when you talk about thinking about Krishna's qualities, you can think about his names, you can think about his forms,
Yes.
you can think about his virtues, pastimes, and anything else. Did I mention anything? I was just talking about four.
Yeah, that's enough.
That's
Nama,
enough.
Rupa, Guna, Lila. Right?
Mm.
And you can think about his eternal associates of Krishna. Not only Krishna, but Krishna is never alone. He's always with his entourage, his friends, his devotees, his servants, all these things around him.
Mm.
So therefore you can think about them as well.
Thank you.
Nama, Guna, Rupa, Lila, and Parishats. Parishats means eternal associates.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, so next one is, so we said about Mauna, now Mantrartha Chintana. So we come into this exact point. Well, first of all, we can speak about meaning of the mantra. So when we chant, we have to understand what we're chanting actually, right? Meaning of the mantra. We need to know what does it mean. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah. Did you think about what is Hare Krishna Rama? And according to Sanatana Goswami, he advised us to think of meaning, sacred meaning of the holy name. What does it mean? And many different acharyas, those who very advanced chanters, they given to us different prayers which are explaining all different meanings of holy name. And there's some esoterical and less esoterical and fully esoterical. So we go into the normal explanation which is given by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada quite often explain in his books what does it mean, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Is anybody knows?
Hare comes from the word Hara, which refers to Radha.
Yeah.
Krishna means Krishna,
Yes.
all attractive, and Rama means a reservoir of this.
Exactly. So Prabhupada said, all attractive, all powerful, all reservoir of pleasure, like you say. Please engage me in your devotional service by your energy of pleasure, which is Hari. Yeah, Hari, this is energy, pleasure-giving potency.
Please engage me
In your devotional service. And energy can engage you in the service to Krishna, who is all attractive and all pleasurable person. So this is like a very kind of basic understanding of meaning of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But you can go deeper if you want, but if it's not enough for you, you can go deeper. Anyway, so you have to think about meaning, sacred meaning of Mahamantra while you're chanting. You go deeper, you try to concentrate your mind. You can get realization through this chanting, because it's living Nama. It's personality, it's Krishna himself, Nama Prabhu. So you can extract some deep realization through that chanting, right?
So, hey Lord, please engage me in your devotion service by your pleasure potency.
Yes.
Pleasure potency is Radha.
Hare. Yes, Hare. Yeah, exactly. So when we're chanting, we're chanting about Radha and Krishna's loving exchange, where the Hare Radha Krishna, who is all attractive, he attracts Radha, and then Rama, that means Krishna, who is servant to Radharani. You know, Radharani is servant to Krishna, Krishna is servant to Radharani.
Yeah.
So they're both exchanges with each other. So that means that's what we're chanting actually. So we have to understand, we have to kind of unite Radha and Krishna in this chanting, bring back this potency of pleasure potency, bring back to Krishna and reunite them together in this chanting. And this is our eternal service to Radha and Krishna. And if you do in this kind of mood and understanding of Nama Tattva, we can experience bliss out of this process.
So it's not direct translation within sort of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. So it's not like the word-to-word translation. The meaning sits around the basic philosophy of Radha, Krishna. I'm guessing, you know, as you get deeper, because you've only got, I guess, how many words have we got?
First of all, you begin with Nama. You just understand basic understanding.
That's
Nama
basic.
means Hare means energy, Krishna means all attractive, Rama means all pleasurable. So you're just playing with this, but then you go deeper. Then Rupa, form is coming from holy name. Right? Rupa means you expand the meaning, so you go deeper, your realization.
Right, okay, so that one word then expands to...
So it's
like
living
opening a
up,
flower,
so
right?
it expands, yeah.
Right, okay.
It's open up for your secrets. So you will see Krishna's form, which is all attractive person who serving his energy serving to him, serving back to him. So they exchanges with each other. So with this process of love, there's supposed to be two personalities, right? And they exchange with each other different rasas, mellows, sweet mellows of love and devotional service. So this is bhakti, right?
You get to realize more about the link between. You get to realize more and more about the link between these words within the mantra.
Link.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. You're asking the energy of Krishna to get you closer to Krishna, to Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare.
Yes.
There's a link which can be explainable, isn't it? But you can feel it.
Yes.
Thank you for that. I haven't come across that. Like no one preached that till now.
But also, I guess, in the middle, are we like a male, female energy? Are we trying to understand the middle path of being non-judgmental, or where, I guess, Satchit Anand, that bliss is from not having any like in the Maya, we always male, female, that's yin, yang, all this energy. I guess we're trying to centralize, right, between Radha and Krishna as non-judgmental, as in we're not judging anything. It's just pure Krishna. I mean, I don't know if I'm.
So this is service. You see, this is service.
Servant. So
because between Radha and Krishna, this is service.
Service, yeah.
It's not like material enjoyment
That's
which
right.
we
Exactly. Yeah.
experience in this kind of mundane love.
That's right. Yeah.
So we should not bring this kind of understanding of mundane relationships.
That's right.
It's not that.
Yeah.
That's kind of physical. That's called karma. It's not a prema.
Yeah.
So they're different things. And karma, when that's called selfish pleasure.
That's right. Yeah.
Like in simple language, if I try to explain, karma means you scratch my back, I scratch your back. So we come together to enjoy our senses.
That's right.
So this kind of things. But a prema is different. So when I try to give pleasure, give service to my object of my love, and this is my higher aspiration. I want to please the senses of my object of love. And who is object of our love?
Krishna.
Is Krishna. Yeah.
So Prabhuji, is it like unconditional and selfless?
Selfish.
Unconditional, so there's no conditions and it's selfless, rather than with karma you have an you
Yes.
know, agenda or some
Yes,
sort of
yes.
transaction, you
Yes.
know.
Some agenda, some
Yeah.
business type
Yeah.
relationship. So I want to get something from out of it.
There's an
there is
expectation there, but with the other form, there's no expectation. You just give your love without
Exactly.
expecting that reciprocation
Yeah.
back.
Exactly. I just want to please
Yeah.
object of my love, and I just ready for anything to to sacrifice for the sake of to make him happy.
You can
So
call
that's
it
called
akarma
karma.
as well, right?
Huh?
It comes under akarma.
Say again.
It comes under akarma.
Akarma.
The karma, vikarma, akarma.
Uh-huh.
Inaction.
Akarma, yes. Akarma.
So it comes under akarma, like we are.
Karma means action. It's a little bit preliminary stage. So karma, vikarma, karma, different types of actions. So love is a little bit spontaneous kind of feelings where emotions are involved. It's not like mechanical kind of activities. It's a little bit, it's preliminary stage. But we have to start from that, of course. Nishkama karma yoga it's called. Activities without attachment, without
So you
expectation.
so I'm guessing it's the closest we can get to that perfect state of mind is when we're actually chanting through our inward soul rather than all these five senses being distracted.
Yeah.
Is to go in and then
Exactly.
chant within that inner self.
Exactly. That's what we try to
Process.
figure out, because if you're changing on the platform of the mind, so our chanting would not be that pleasing and that as we like, as we want. So it's going to be very disturbing because it's on the surface of the mind, which is full of material impressions, thoughts, and things, and in the modes of nature and time factor and everything. It's just like it's unbearable, I want to give up my chanting and just go crash into pillow, or just look through the internet, forget everything. So this is very kind of miserable chanting. So we have to elevate ourselves from the mind platform. That's why I'm giving you these tips how to get out from the mind platform and merge into the pure chanting. When you're purely chanting, you can chant. There is no time. You can chant 16 rounds. It's like it's like 1 minute for you because there is no time in that dimension. It's called pure consciousness, pure chitta, Shuddha chitta. So then you merge into pure chanting. Then you just absorb, and it's very natural, because you are soul, you're spirit soul. And spirit soul means naturally you attracted to service to Krishna, and like some of our spiritual masters saying that whenever we chant holy name, so tears are coming from our eyes and heart is melted. And when we hear holy name, so we want to have thousands of ears. And when holy name dancing on our tongue, we want to have millions of tongues. And when it comes through the ears to the heart, our mind is stunned and senses are stopped. So this is pure chanting, like pure chanters. They experience kind of emotionally what they actually feeling when they chanting. So we want to chant like this, right? Otherwise we're going to struggle. It's going to be miserable.
Otherwise we get into like a robotic chanting. Rather than that, we need to feel the feelings of Krishna through our heart and have that feeling. That's what holds you. That's the bit that gives you timeless chanting. Otherwise, we're just like,
it's very miserable.
Do you need japa to chant? Because one night what happened to me is I was chanting with the japa, and my mind was like, okay, you be going through the beats, right? Beat, and then it's like, nah, I'll put it aside. I still kept on chanting, and then I went on till I sleep. So do you actually need to chant only with the beats, or you can do it without the beats?
Yeah, it's only one time. Maybe you experience like that, but
multiple times. That's one example.
Anyway, so Goswamis, Vrindavan, Goswami is also our ideal representatives of Krishna, the perfect devotees. They chanted on the beats, and they said, you have to chant prescribed numbers of round. Sankhya Purvaka Gananati Pih. So you have to chant on the beats. And even Lord Chaitanya himself, he is a incarnation of Krishna in Kali Yuga. He descended in the form of a devotee, and he also chanted on the beats. So we have to follow. Otherwise, we just follow in our mind. And our mind today, he wants to chant, tomorrow he doesn't want. And that's what happened. And it's happened very quickly, believe me. Just don't trust your mind. This is rule number one.
Yeah.
Don't listen dictation of the mind, but bring mind back to chanting.
Because I don't even want to feel that touch of the beard when I'm chanting. I want to be fully in chanting of that.
That helps. So when you touch, you engage your what is called sense of touch in chanting. So you're not engaging your tongue and hearing senses, but also touching.
I don't want to engage anything. I just want to be concentrated.
No,
on chanting.
I think, I imagine, it's not really good, like consideration. So try to get higher instructions, which are not from our mind. You see, today you want, tomorrow you don't want.
Mm.
So if you're on this platform, it's like a kind of, not really stable chanting.
Yeah, thank you.
What is your feeling?
Huh?
What do you feel else? What is your
Else.
feeling about chanting? Yes.
Yeah, just that about chanting. Can't you not chant about japa? You can just keep going in it. You can just feel the name. You can just keep going, isn't it? What's more important is turning the beats of your mind than doing it like that. So what's stopping me from just going on without the need of anything?
Yeah, if you're in samadhi, in trance, maybe it's good. Yeah, you don't need any beats, anything. Yeah, if you attain, if you're on this level, so maybe you advance chanter. Yeah, we assume that. Why not? Okay, so I'll finish this 6 tips, right? So we have another 2. Number 5 is called Avyagratva. Avyagratva means patience, tolerance, So like Rupa Goswami said, Utsahan Nishaya Daryat. So we have to be tolerant and at the same time enthusiastic in our chanting. Enthusiastic means a little bit passionate.
Yeah.
So we have to pick up beats and chant, and be eager, to chant. But this is a little bit passionate process. And then when we're tolerant, I have to be tolerant as well, to wait the result of my chanting, right? So tolerance means little bit you kind of ignorant. Tolerance and plus enthusiasm equals sattva. Then you become in mode of goodness. You become balanced.
Mm.
So sattva built is combined to these qualities. Combined of two these, which are enthusiasm and tolerance. Utsaha Nishaya Daryat.
Is it tolerance or patience?
Patience, tolerance, yeah.
Sorry, I thought because. Sorry.
There's some subtleties. Yeah, patience.
Mm.
Yeah, Utsaha Nishaya Daryat. So you have to be tolerant to wait for the result of your chanting, which is coming a little bit further, a little bit in the future. And you have to be determined as well, right? To attain the goal of your yoga, and by any cost. So you have to be tolerant. And dhirya, or Utsaha Nishaya Daryat, dhirya means determined to attain, right? And determination means by any cost I want to attain goal of my yoga practice. So it doesn't matter. Today I want. Today I'm in good condition, in good mood, and body is vibrating with my chanting. But tomorrow maybe I'm tired and I'm just completely incapable. Anyway, so I'm determined. So I want to go and I want to attain goal of my chanting. Anyways, So this is a determination, a mode of goodness. So we have to be determined. And number 6, Anirvida. Sadhana Goswami says, Anirvida means steadiness. Steadiness, and also we discussed determination, right? Steadiness. So I want to be determined and tolerant, and I just wait for the result very passionately. Right? So this is kind of mood which we have to somehow rather express by our chanting.
Steadiness is like trying to maintain that consistency, isn't it?
Consistency.
Although you don't feel like nothing's happening,
Yeah.
you still have faith in it, and with determination you keep on.
Yeah, you just keep on going.
And that is another reason why it's good to count how much you're chanting, because you know how many rounds you did. You made a commitment to chant a certain amount of rounds, so it puts you into a sense of responsibility. So like you may decide a minimum how much time you're gonna spend to chant.
Yes, and just made a conclusion. So make a conclusion that, like Lord Chaitanya is saying in the same Shikshashtaka prayers, third verse of Shikshashtaka, he said, Trinada pisu nichina, tarora pisu hishtuna, hamanina manadna kirtanya sadaharich. So he explained these 4 principles. These are our 4 real regulative principles. Amanina, Adambitva, what else? Tarora vasa hishnuna, Trinada pisu nichina. This our 4 friends, let's say, 4 qualities which are helpful, very helpful in our chanting. This is humility, tolerance, respect to others, and do not demand any respect to ourselves. In this condition of life, we can chant holy name constantly, right? Kirtanya Sadahari. So this Lord Chaitanya express the proper mood, proper mindset, psychological mindset, how to chant and experience always bliss. So, and you can chant constantly in this condition of life if you're tolerant as a tree, and you humble like a strong street, and you want to give respect to everyone in this world, respect to anyone, doesn't matter who are they, even immovable living entities will also give respect to anyone. What to speak about Vaishnavas, right? And so if you in this proper condition of life, so you can chant holy name of the Lord constantly, Kirtanya Sadahari, right? So this is how we can improve our chanting, how we can connect to the holy name, how we can enter into the mystery of holy name, and we can open all these beautiful beauties and wealths of holy name, right? So that's what Lord Chaitanya explained to us through these different Kirtan sutras, how to make a progress on the path of chanting. So I think it's a good techniques. Yeah?
Very good. I'm just putting a summary of these in the group as well, so for anyone who
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the
Hare
very, very beautiful points. Felt like nectar.
It's given by Lord Chaitanya. Of course, it's nectar.
I think from my experience, when you first get into chanting, you're not conscious, you're just chanting because everybody else is chanting. You have no sense of
Time.
the feeling, you know what I mean? Because what you've gone through is being conscious of why you're doing it, and focus, get the feeling of what that chanting should be. Because I think at the beginning, we're all too preoccupied in how many rounds, and then we kind of get lost in what we're really supposed to, why we're doing it, and what we're supposed to feel, right? Because a lot of people kind of at the beginning struggle because they're so focused. I've not done my 16 rounds. I've only done 10 today, 5, rather than it's like driving. You know, if you get into a good habit at the beginning, then I think it takes you a long way. But if you set the bad habit very early on, then it's harder to break that habit. I think then we become like a robot.
You'll be wasting a lot of time.
It's not so much time. It's just ideally it's that love. You know, Krishna's love. You've got to feel it, right? And it's the only way you can feel it is you've got to go through that process of understanding why you're doing it, right? And it gets you closer, I guess. It's always hard. At the end, you're just experimenting with yourself, you know. So the guru can guide you to a certain point, but then they have to leave you, and then you have to kind of feel it for yourself. I think that's where the pleasure of chanting comes from, I guess.
Yes, this is between you and Krishna.
Yeah.
I second what you said.
Yeah. Because I think that's why, you know, when you were saying you were chanting in your head, problem is that you can just go into autopilot, and where you're feeling the beat and everything else, and you're more connected.
There's some beautiful meditation actually with the beats. Bhaktivinoda Thakur gives, isn't it? There's Bhaktivinoda Thakur who gives a nice meditation on the beats that you're massaging with each beat lotus feet of Krishna. You move to the next one. Massage it.
Prabhuji, one thing I wanted to ask is, where is it possible to find correct beads? Because some can be too small, too, you know, in size-wise, and where is it possible where we feel we have the right
size?
Yeah, I've just noticed your beads, and I've been after those beads since a while, but I'm not able to find them, Prabhuji. Small beads, sometimes I do chant, but it's not as same as having something that's quite, you know, comfortable, rather than they keep falling, slipping.
If you go to Vrindavan, they have big variety of different sizes of beads, and you can even find beads like this size. You can chant both hands. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
I've seen a video. Someone grabbed a pulley on a tree and he's
I think
he's just pulling that rope with a big bead.
You can find like this. So whatever you like. From the small little bits to the big. I mean, it's secondary. It's okay. Whatever you have.
It's a feeling that you want to have when you're chanting in your mind, isn't it?
Huh?
It's a feeling that you want to have
Yes.
when you're chanting. Every time you're chanting that,
Yes.
try to cultivate that feeling in your mind. So
Yeah. This feeling, this emotional state, what you
Here,
experience in your heart.
this is how big the beat can be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that beat is good.
give me one too, bro. If you go, yeah.
I'm sorry.
No worries.
I'm sorry. Press button. Press button.